What's up, board gamers? Thanks for checking out our review of Wingspan. This is a light to medium weight strategy board game about birds, which has the following description. You are bird enthusiasts, researchers, bird watchers, ornithologists and collectors seeking to discover and attract the best birds to your network of wildlife preserves. Each bird extends a chain of powerful combinations in one of your habitats. These habitats focus on several key aspects of growth. Gain food tokens via custom dice in a bird feeder dice tower, lay eggs using egg miniatures in a variety of colours, draw from hundreds of unique bird cards and play them. The winner is the player with the most points after 4 rounds. The mechanisms in this game are card drafting, dice rolling, hand management, set collection and engine building. The goal of Wingspan is to play bird cards onto personal player boards, activate bird powers and attempt to meet various goals to have the most victory points at the end of the game. It plays up to 5 players and also has a solo mode too. On a player's turn, they can either play a bird card from their hand to their player board paying the appropriate food cost, gain food from the bird feeder and activate forest bird powers, lay eggs and activate grassland bird powers, draw bird cards and activate wetland bird powers. The player takes the most left-hand action available that is uncovered by cards on their player board and then proceeds to activate each bird in turn on that track, receiving the benefits of each bird as they go. So for example, starting on the right-hand side of the forest track, which contains 3 bird cards, the players receive the earliest visible board benefit of taking food and then stops their action cube at the first bird card and takes the indicated benefits. Then moves to the next bird card and takes the benefits before moving the action cube onto the final bird card. There is an enjoyable balancing act for players between the actions that are available across the 3 environment tracks. They need to draw bird cards in attempt to meet end of round goals. However, to put those cards out, players need to pay the variable food requirements from a different track to play those cards. Or do they decide to spend time placing out more eggs, filling their existing cards to generate more endgame points, or play additional bird cards with those eggs? There's a huge variety of bird cards available to play in the game, each with their own statistics, hand-drawn image, and individual powers. Some examples of bird powers are, when activated, draw 2 cards, tuck a card from your hand behind this bird, and if you do, gain 1 food. When a bird is played, play a second bird. If another player plays a card to the forest, receive 1 food, and there are dozens of other fun powers too. All bird cards have a food cost on them to be paid when they can be added to a player's board. The food items are berries, wheat, caterpillars, fish and rats. The game comes with a cardboard birdhouse which acts as a dice tower for players to use when rolling the food dice. Each face of the 5 dice has a food symbol for the player to choose out of the dice tower tray. If the remaining dice in the tray are all the same face or there is 1 die left, the active player can re-roll all of the dice and select the number of food dice out of the tray as required. End of round goals are randomly selected at the start of the game and can either be friendly or competitive, which is a thoughtful element by the designer for beginner or experienced gamers to choose their level of scoring complexity. There are 4 different types of bird's nests featured in the game for end round scoring. The nest types are called platform, bowl, cavity or ground nests. Some examples of end round goals for players to keep their eyes on are number of eggs on a card with a bowl nest or number of birds that are in the forest environment. Another nice design element is that players have to permanently drop off one of their action cubes onto the end round scoring, which is the timer of the game. Players will also score 1 secret bonus card at the end of the game, which gives them an initial strategy they may wish to follow. Things to be mindful of are that towards the end of the game, to gain maximum points, turns are typically spent generating eggs which score 1 point. There is a certain amount of luck with drawing cards, which means players may not draw the cards they need to help with their strategy or complete their goal tiles. The randomness of the cards means some player strategy will occasionally go unfulfilled, and in some games, players' card combinations may seem overly powerful in comparison to other ones at the table. The things we like about Wingspan are that the art is incredible and a real standout aspect of the game being quite beautiful and engaging. We find the gameplay simple and satisfying, with the action cubes being a great way to power the bird cards in each of the different environments. Components are worthy of note, with the exquisite eggs, excellent birdhouse, and even the rulebook has an extremely thick paper stock, with the whole game being of a high quality production. The theme of the game is totally unique and has caused a landslide of nature games to be released following the runaway success of Wingspan. Also, we think the bird theme will help bring newer gamers into the hobby. Here at Board Game Picks, we give Wingspan an 8.5 out of 10 as we like the high variety of the cards which brings longevity to the game. Thank you for checking out our review of Wingspan.